Okay, so what I have here is a cigar. Actually, I honestly was not planning on doing a review or anything. I was just going to sit back and enjoy a cigar. But I've never smoked this cigar before, and I just picked it up a couple days ago. And I figured, what the hell? Why not? I'll do a review on it. What you have is the Drew Estate Mayuzi weighs a ton, has different sizes, more along the bigger sizes, but then they came out with a bait fish, a smaller one, and the bait fish was a little bit amped up in strength as the normal My Uzi weighs a ton, lands around medium bodied. So they made the bait fish, but then I guess people were requesting a larger format with that fuller blend. So in which case, what you have here that came out, I believe it was last year sometime, was the Nightcrawler, 4.5 inches by 50 ring gauge. A little shorter on a standard Robusto size. What you have here on this Mayuzi weighs a ton Nightcrawler is a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. I believe the binder is a Connecticut broadleaf going on there, which I believe on the Liga Privadas, the Connecticut broadleaf is the wrapper. This one happens to have the binder. And the filler, I believe, is Nicaraguan and Brazilian Matafina. So all in all, the pedigree of it sounds really good. Sounds like a fuller-bodied smoke. I've never tried the Nightcrawler before. It has a really nice-looking Mexican San Andreas, dark chocolate-looking wrapper going on there. The essence would be cedar going on and a little bit of like dark coffee. I don't know if you can see there, but on the foot it has a nice swirl of a little bit darker tobaccos going on right there. Essence of black tea, almost that manure essence, barnyard essence going on. A little bit of black pepper I can feel also on the sinus cavity doing the inhaling of it. Really nice quality going on here. I believe the Nightcrawler runs a little bit over $5, depending on which state you buy it in and your taxes. So let me cut it up, light it up, and smoke it up. So like I said, this kind of an impromptu review. I like to at least look at stuff for a little bit and get an idea, maybe read a review or something. But this one, I'm just grabbing and going. Dark cocoa, sweet earthy notes, a little bit of a bittersweet cocoa. So let me give this Nightcrawler a nice toasting and see what happens here. And my lighter's kind of dying out, so I'll probably just do a quick puff on it and see what happens. Well, it's actually from the toasting, which can be completely different. The toasting to me sometimes is so different from then where it opens up. When I initially toasted this, rich, full-bodied, dark, almost Italian style or espresso coffee notes going on. Rich, dark cocoa, bittersweet cocoa. Same thing. A rich, heavy body. A little bit of creaminess. Sweetness on the background. Earthy notes, cedar notes. That bittersweet essence of a very dark roasted coffee around the Italian side. Let me give it a quick retrohale and see how the Nightcrawler does. Through the retrohale, a good amount of black pepper spice and almost like this cherry wood / cedar essence. So I'm going to sit back and really enjoy it because I really like this from the very light and the toasting of this Drew Estate My Uzi Weighs a Ton Nightcrawler, which I believe is also a collaboration with Hoy de Nicaragua, who I believe produced these cigars. I'll be back in a little bit. So I've let the Drew Estate My Uzi Weighs a Ton Nightcrawler open up a little bit, and let's see what it does. Creamy body, nutty notes, coffee notes. The strength has died down. It's no longer a full-bodied smoke. I'd say it's around medium plus in strength. has this nice tinge of a white pepper spice on the finish with a good amount of earthy notes on the end. So with that said, I'm going to let the My Uzi Weighs a Ton Nightcrawler get down to the halfway point. So I'm about the halfway point now of the My Uzi Weighs a Ton Nightcrawler. Medium plus in body, creamy. It lingers on the palate a lot. It's got a heaviness which sits on your palate. Dusty cocoa, which I seem to get a lot of dusty cocoa in regards to the San Andreas Maduro wrap cigars that I've tried. They all have that cocoa quality to them. So you get the dusty cocoa, a little bit of natural sweetness on the background, white pepper spice, and cedar notes. Let me give it a retrohale and see how it does. Through the retrohale, the peppery spice comes through, and some cedar notes also. Predominantly, these cigar lands around medium plus body, and it incorporates the dusty cocoa and the cedar notes going on with the peppery, as I've touched on right there. So that's where it sits right now on this Nightcrawler, and I'm going to bring it down to the final third. So I'm getting down to the final third now of the My Uzi Weighs a Ton Nightcrawler. Creamy body, cedar notes, a little coffee essence going on. It's been a straightforward cigar from lighting it up until where I am now. It really hasn't had much change. It has the core components of what I've talked about earlier. All in all, it's a nice cigar. You're not going to find, from what I've had, any complexities that really changed throughout this cigar. Lands medium plus body. Produces a ton of smoke. I've noticed that with a lot of Drew Estate cigars. They just make a ton of smoke. I'm sitting here in the garage and I'm going to have to air it out because it is really smoky in here. Nice component to it. Draw has been great, burn phenomenal. All in all, it's a really nice medium plus cigar. So with that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.